If you are watching the replay, smash that like button. Friends, this is the Zabrange. Zabrange. There's stripes on it. You can see them a little bit. Maybe better. It's all about the lighting. I don't know. You can see the stripes. So this is a cross of a bishop's crown or bishop's hat and an Ahi fantasy. Christmas bell is another name for the bishop's. I got something on my damn shirt. Let's cut this bad boy open and see what it looked like. Alright, here's the guts of it. There's the innards. See that? Thick-walled. It's a thick-walled pepper. Let's get into it and see what it... Got a little piece of stem on it. Alright, guys. What's up? Blake Anderson in the building. This is the Zabrange, courtesy of Clayton Hollingsworth. Wow. That's very good. So it's sweet, fruity. Noah Wright, what's up, brother? Sweet, fruity, not citrusy, even though it's an orange pod. Kevin is in the building. Not citrusy. You gotta realize this thing has red stripes. You see them? You guys can see those. Now I'm getting the heat. The heat is probably good jalapeno range. So yeah, definitely an excellent pepper. Do me a favor, smash that like button right now. See, when the light hits it just right, you guys can see the stripes a little bit better, but you know how YouTube is. Sip Chomper, what's up, buddy? I'm eating a Zabrange, Zebrange from Clayton Hollingsworth. This pepper is a bishop's crown or bishop's hat. People call it both. Let me go here. Let me give you an accurate description. Guys, I'm going to eat this other half. It's got a nice little kick to it. Do me a favor, smash that like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe for more spicy reviews. The Zabrange pepper is a visually striking mild to medium heat pepper with a sweet, fruity flavor and a unique appearance. It's a cross between an Ahi fantasy and a Christmas bell or bishop's crown. So I was right on the cross. I got it right. Tasty pepper. First time I ever tried an Ahi Fantasy was last year. I was blown away by it. Absolutely loved it. I mean, just a great pepper altogether. I'd say it's about jalapeno heat. Let me see if I can see the SHU on this, if it shows up. Yep. It says it typically ranges from 5,000 to 10,000 Scoville heat. You know, jalapenos are between 2,000 to 8,000. So, like I said, a decent jalapeno, the heat on it. Yeah, I mean, that's probably, that probably right there was 8,000 Scoville units. And it says 5,000 to 10,000, so give or take. I was pretty spot on with that. The burn's going away pretty quick. You know, it's like a jalapeno. Doesn't have a really long burn to it. But I can still feel it in the mouth. Really good flavor, man. Excellent flavor. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Go watch my last video before this one. Yeah, it tastes way better than jalapeno, man. See, jalapenos, let me explain something. Jalapenos, a green jalapeno, is an unripe pod. Okay? We all love them. We all eat them. Pickled, chopped up on stuff. I still like putting jalapenos in a lot of recipes that take bell pepper. I use jalapenos. I love them diced up real small in a salsa with other peppers, of course. But it's still, a jalapeno is an unripe pepper. So it doesn't have its flavor until it's ripe. Now, you got jalapenos that ripen to brown, red. Red jalapenos are almost impossible to find unless you grow them yourself and let them ripen. Here's the reason why. Hellfire, just one company, they're a small company, that uses a lot of red jalapenos. Sriracha and all the other srirachas out there, they all use red jalapenos. So they are highly sought after by these hot sauce companies, and these hot sauce companies buy them all up, right? They do. Do me a favor, smash that like button. I see a whole bunch of new people on. Welcome to the channel. We eat hot stuff. That's what we do. We review hot sauces and hot peppers and anything spicy. We got almost 2,000 videos. So jalapeno, you got the lemon jalapeno. That thing is just the lemon spice jalapeno. It ripens yellow. Well, it's my favorite of the jalapeno peppers. Excellent pepper. That one's actually can get up to 20,000 Scoville units, so it's actually hotter than the other jalapenos. You got the chocolate ones. I think I've only had one of them once. Red, orange. Orange ones are all right, but the red jalapenos, great for making sauce, especially if you add some other peppers in with them to kick up the heat. Man, red jalapenos are just great. Very, very hard to find. Very hard to find. I go to an Asian market once in a while, and they'll have red jalapenos sometimes. And when they do, I grab them. I grab them up. I don't care if I have to freeze them, whatever. Put them away for a rainy day, because they're just great. They're just great to use. So if you guys have ever eaten a red jalapeno, they all seem pretty consistent, the heat-wise, right? Each one of them is hot. You're not running into one that has no heat, right? With a jalapeno, you bite into one, it'll light you up. Bite in the next one, no heat at all. Why is that? I'll tell you why. All red jalapenos are ripe. Okay? All green jalapenos are not to the ripening stage. See what I'm saying? Now, if you pick one right before it starts to ripen, it's going to be at its hottest as a green pod. But that's what a lot of people don't understand. Go out and pick some super hots. Yeah, go out and pick some super hots when they're green. And I'll tell you right now, you'll get one that'll taste like a green bean. It's immature. It has no heat to it. You're like, what the hell? You'll pick another one that's green, and it will rock you. Rock you. Yeah, it's just all about development and ripeness. It's about maturity. How mature is that pepper that you're going to eat? And I love. Don't get me wrong. I love some green pods. Not just jalapenos, unripe habaneros, unripe Scotch bonnets, green Scotch bonnets and green habaneros. Love them, man. You make a good verde sauce with them. They don't have the full flavor, but that definitely tasted far better than a green jalapeno. And actually, I liked it better than a red jalapeno. Really good pepper. I mean, really excellent pepper. Like I said, the Ahi Fantasy, that is the first time, the white one I tried last year, and boy, I fell in love with it, man. I actually saved some seeds, but I didn't end up planting them. I lost them or something. I don't know. But it's just a great pepper, and I have toned down my heat a little bit. I think the first year, I grew nothing but super hots. The first year of growing super hots, okay? I think the only pepper I had that was milder was I had a red habanero plant, but yeah, I just grew all super hots. And then the second year it was mostly super hots, and my palate started to navigate towards certain flavors. So I really like citrusy peppers. I really like peppers that have a lot of exotic flavor to them and stuff. So I started gravitating towards a lot of the Scotch bonnets, a lot of those crosses. And then 2 years ago, um, Jim Duffy, Refined Fire Chilies, he sent me a whole bunch of peppers. He sent me like 2 boxes, like one and then another box the next month. And it was all these different chilies that I have never had. Many of them were heirloom from all over the world, and I never got to try them before. I even remember there was one, the Urfa Bieber. It's a big, huge pepper. It's mild and it does have a little heat to it, but and I remember like making like greens, like kale or collard greens or something, and putting that in there, and really added a good amount of flavor and just enough spice so the kids could eat it still, but I remember eating and trying all these different peppers and was like, wow, my world just opened up so much more after trying these milder peppers that are really good. Still, my favorites still are like the Papa Dreddies and the Scotch Brains, which is Scotch bonnet and brain strain cross. So that's still considered super hot by many, but it's a hybrid. But the Carbonero and MOA Scotch bonnet, KSLS, KSPS, those like those 300, 400, you know, 1,000 Scoville unit peppers, like that are yellow most of the time or orange sometimes, and even white ones occasionally. Those are my favorite, hands down. Those are my favorite. What's up, Mike? Chili Eskimos in the building. Yeah, but I like those exotic. I mean, I remember the first time I tried Melinda's hot sauce back in the early '90s, and that's just made with habaneros. And I just remember trying that, and I was, oh my lord, that was like a new experience. I was like, this is amazing. I made a habanero sauce, and I had an owner of a hot sauce store tell me it's one of the best hot sauces he ever tried. That was back in 1998, 97, 98, somewhere around there. But man, I mean, I just fell in love, and then I tried Scotch bonnets around that time too. There was actually a guy that owned a restaurant in my town, and he named the restaurant Habaneros. And he used to make habanero, and then he'd have Scotch bonnet purees. So he'd just puree up the peppers and maybe put a little vinegar in there, salt or something. But it was very basic. A coulis is what you'd refer to it as in the culinary, because he wasn't cooking the peppers at all. But he used to have that, man, and he'd wipe a line of it on the burrito shell, make these huge burritos up. I mean, the best burritos I've ever eaten to this day. That was in 1995, and so he would have the Scotch bonnet sometimes, and sometimes the habanero, sometimes both. And back then, you go in the grocery store and you used to see Scotch bonnets and habaneros, and then once in a while they wouldn't have the bonnets, or once in a while they might not have the hobs, but they'd have one or the other. And in 1996, when I went on a spice quest trying to find Scotch bonnets all over upstate New York, couldn't find them. Couldn't find them anywhere. You find habaneros. I did find red habaneros. One time I drove down to Albany, New York, and I remember I seen them and was like, yes, And I bought them, and I was eating them like whole on the way home, and I was getting lit off of them. There was no super hots back then. But I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think my tolerance back then got up to what was you could get. You couldn't get anything hotter. I bought Pure Cap, the extract stuff. The stuff wasn't even hot. Tasted terrible. I did experiment with the NASCAR 750, which was 750,000 Scoville units, so it's hotter than Pure Cap, and it's actually tasted better, and it was hotter. I remember taking that and cooking a bunch of habanero pulps, the placentas, in this stuff, slow cooking it, and it fumigated the house so bad that, because I had left this on, and when I opened the door, I had my daughter, she's a baby, my oldest daughter, in my arms, and she starts coughing. Next thing you know, it hit me. I had to run inside. I give her to baby mama part one, and I take a deep breath, run inside, turn the burner off, turn the fan on, run outside, run back in, open this window, run outside. Finally got all the windows open. It was so bad. It was like pepper spray in the air. And let me tell you, that stuff was hot. I think cooking it alone made it hotter. It activated it more. And then putting the habanero pulps in there, just gave it an extra kick. So I had this like extract, and I'd get people to try it. I never even got anybody really bad. I'd give them a toothpick and have them put it on their tongue. But yeah, I mean, that was about the hottest thing, I think. And then at some point, I seen like they had like a Dave's Insanity 1 million Scoville unit collector's bottle. It was $100 back then. Come on, I'm not buying that crap. So basically, my natural tolerance was habaneros, the hottest thing you could get, And I was able to eat them. Don't get me wrong. In the beginning, no, there's no way I was eating a whole habanero. But even my father just loved them. He made hot sauce with them in the early 90s. He used to slice them up real thin and put them on like focaccia bread with, I don't know, other stuff, and like bake it in the oven. Oh, habanero focaccia. Man, killer stuff. But I tried the Melinda's. And Melinda's used to be really good back then. Melinda's is not that anymore. They don't have the same flavor. They're probably buying pepper mashes and stuff that habaneros coming from Mexico. Whatever. It's not like when they had their farms. It was local and fresh habaneros being made right in the sauce. Nothing beats it. Fresh habaneros or Scotch bonnets being made right in the sauce. Listen to me. This is why when I get my peppers fresh, right, I go see the farmers call me the day they pick them. I'm there. They're being destemmed, or they'll destem them sometimes for me. Destem the peppers, and I'm making sauce within 24 hours with them. And if I'm not going to the kitchen to make sauce, I vacuum seal them and freeze them. They lose no flavor. That's why Uncle Bull Cow hot sauces taste like fresh peppers. That's why they have that aura and that aroma to them. And that is why a lot of hot sauces don't. Now, there's certain hot sauces you don't have to do that with. This is a great sauce right here. You can use pepper mash to make something like this. It's fresh pods of pepper mash. It isn't going to matter with the red sauce. It's just not. But when you want that exotic, those citrus notes and that aroma of those types of peppers that I really love the most, that's what you need to do, guys. You need to make the sauce right down on the spot, man. Even when I dehydrate, so I've had people comment on my pepper flakes or my pepper powders, and some of the stuff. I'm not talking about so much. Some of the stuff I get from Magic Plant Farms is just for challenges, or I'll sell some of it. I'm talking about the pepper flakes that I've given to people. They have a different taste to them. People love it. The reason why, I pick the peppers, cut them in half, and immediately put them into the dehydrator the same day. The next morning, they're ready. I take them halved, and I vacuum seal them, okay? Then, when I get ready to grind them up or crush them into flakes, that's when I do that, and then vacuum seal that or whatever. People, they can taste it. They can taste the freshness of it. And I'm sure all y'all have had old pepper powder. It's disgusting. It is, man. I mean, I remember buying like Reaper powder and Scorpion and Ghost powder from like Amazon and stuff, and it's just not the same. It just has some certain flavor to it. It's like, it's hot. It's all right to use it, throw it in a little bit in a sauce, something. It's not going to ruin it, but that freshness, man, that freshness is the key, guys. It is. It's a wonderful thing. All right, y'all, I'm going to get going, man. Uncle Bull Cow loves you. Go back and watch my old video. If you haven't done so, smash that like button right about now. And go back and watch my last review. It is Buffalo Hell from Hellfire Hot Sauce. And I want people to watch that review. I want to give them a shout out, and I want them to get some more business. And so this is the hard thing, man. When I do a hot sauce review during pepper season, the videos don't do well. They just don't. If I do them in the winter, they do a little bit better, but that's my favorite thing. I love gardening videos. Everything else I do, occasional challenge, but my favorite thing is the hot sauce review. So Uncle Bull Cow frickin' loves you.